Vaughn.
Somebody fired a producer.
And speaking of
Hey,
producers, we're gonna talk about one of the well-produced, another one of the well-produced shows that is on this network is Dave's Doghouse, and I think Dave got a lot of candidates for his Doghouse once he actually does his show. But he's gonna give you a little snippet right now, and Dave, tell the people about the Doghouse and who you putting in it.
All right, so it will be tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Joe, see you. Thank you for everything, my guy. Appreciate you. But yeah, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. I'm still looking at other candidates right now to be put as dogs or in the doghouse, but I definitely have a list already kind of sort of set. But today we just got one person that we got to talk about. And crazy thing is, I sent this to Joe earlier before we got some news about this player today. Second year quarterback out of University of Florida, plays for the Indianapolis Colts, and we saw the news today. He just got benched for Joe Flacco. Go ahead and bring the video up. Anthony Richardson, my boy, somebody that I, wasn't high on coming out of college from one. I mean, that could be some bias because I am a University of Miami fan, of course, but also because I actually watched him in college, and he was not honestly one of the best quarterbacks in college from what I saw. Some people are surprised that he's only throwing he has a 44% completion percentage in the NFL. Well, in college, he had a 54% completion percentage in college in Florida. So it was never good, honestly. He's just not very accurate. He is ranked 27th in the league out of 32 quarterbacks when it comes to effective EPA in the league. He's 27th in the league. He was known for overall pick last year, and he has a 44.4 completion percentage as of right now, which is why he's getting benched. He has thrown for 958 yards so far, 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, and 6 starts this season. You tell me if that is good enough for someone to be a quarterback. And I agree with this comment right here. If you were going to draft him that high, he should not have started immediately. And another thing that people want to talk about is, his ability to run the ball, having a strong arm. Well, he's gotten injured 3 times running the ball and fumbled 9 times running. So he's not an effective runner when it comes to being a running quarterback. He's not effective. He is just not what you consider a starting quarterback in this league. It was the right time, and they probably should have benched him immediately because Anthony Richardson is just not the answer for Indianapolis. Indianapolis definitely needs a quarterback. We know what happened with Andrew Luck. He had to retire early because he had multiple concussions, and then you think about, you brought in Matt Ryan, that didn't work. You brought in Phillip Rivers, that didn't work. The coach they need a quarterback, and they went and fished, got Anthony Richardson, and they thought that he was going to be one of the greatest things smoking. Not saying that he can't be a good quarterback, but right now they put him out there too soon, and he's just not. He's not good. He's not good. He came out of college, and he got everything. He got put so high up on the draft board because of his athletic ability and what he did in the combine. It was simply because of that. It wasn't because of what they saw in college, because if they looked at the tape in college, he was not a good quarterback. He was not one of the best quarterbacks in that draft. If you look at what he was able to do, he second, third, fourth round at best. He was not a first round quarterback, and second is even too high in my opinion, honestly. But Anthony Richardson is not. He shouldn't have been drafted as high as he was. And that's not his fault, but we can only talk about what he's done over these last 2 seasons. Now, we know he got injured last year, so he missed a lot of time last year. But like I said, in 6 starts this year, 958 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 total in 6 games, and 7 interceptions. That is not winning football, and that is not a starting quarterback in this league. If you want to win some games, so Tomo, I'm pretty sure you got the sounds. Anthony Richardson, my guy, you in the doghouse. That's just where you are, man.
I think Joe pulled Anthony Richardson. He tapped his helmet and said, "I was just tired." Once
That's
I heard
another
that,
thing. That's another. I'm
that's
glad
what I
you
thought
said.
when you said he got benched. I was like, "That's why." Talking about he tired.
I'm glad you said that too. Are we not going to criticize him for putting himself out in the game? Haven't we done that multiple times for basketball players subbing themselves out? I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback sub himself out in the third quarter and say, "I'm too tired to play."
I heard that. I said he's
we
definitely
question
in the
it.
doghouse.
We got to question does he really want to play football? Is he really capable of playing football? Because if he said he's tired in the third quarter, I mean, you signed up to be a quarterback. You got to play all 4 quarters until the game is over. I mean, unless you were expecting to be up 35 points in the third, then I don't think you know what you signed up for.
You want to know what is funny? Ain't just the same quarterback that Joe was like, no.
Yes,
I gotta drive.
yes.
This your quarterback, Joe. Now you gotta come back. We gotta talk to Joe about this one. You talking about top 5 coaches. This was your top 5 quarterback in the fantasy league. We gotta talk about that because he literally quit on his real team and your fantasy team in the middle of a game. Nah, this is well deserving. I got another nominee for the doghouse, but I'm gonna send it over to you because you already seen the news. You talked about it a little bit. So y'all can suggest or guess who's going to be there. But this was good. He definitely need to be there, and I can't wait to see what happens in 2 weeks when he talks about what really happened. Because I think he said it in the post game that he said, "I was just tired." Like, you think your teammates want to hear that after they went through training camp, the several games that you missed, they still played? Like, it's defensive tackles. It's like, bro, you was tired. We don't even lead the field.
Exactly.
Especially no offensive linemen. They don't even lead the field for real. Because at least on the defensive line, they rotate. You got a whole left tackle talking about you tired.
Exactly. They don't rotate on the offensive line. It's rare that you see rotations on the offensive line. I don't know any team that does that consistently. So
well deserved, man. Anthony Richardson, man. Hopefully you can get it together because I also agree with what Carl said too. Like, that move, maybe it was a confidence killer already in how you've been playing, but that just didn't help it.
Didn't help at all. And honestly, Joe Flacco should have been. He should have still been with Cleveland. That's my opinion. Should have stayed in Cleveland. They should have never let him go.
Well, then they opened the door for another genius. This is a shining light for the Browns at this moment. They done got Jameis Winston over there, so he about to do a lot of marketing for him.
That's facts. That's facts.
Tell the people where they can find Dave's Doghouse and when's the next episode.
So you can find Dave's Doghouse on if you go to YouTube, Dave's Doghouse, just as it says right there on the screen. I will be live tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. So that's where you can find me. You'll find me tomorrow 9:30 p.m. sharp, maybe about an hour long, maybe shorter, maybe longer. All depends. But you will see me 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah, go make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button. And Dave, let's get these last words, man. This show is